Have you ever wondered why you overthink a simple text message? Why silence feels like rejection? Or why love sometimes feels unsafe instead of comforting? Maybe you tell yourself, I'm just too sensitive. I always choose the wrong partners. I push people away. But what if the problem isn't your relationships? What if the blueprint was written long before you ever fell in love? Today, we're uncovering how childhood trauma silently shapes the way you connect, trust, and love. And by the end of this video, you may understand your relationship patterns in a completely new way. Because this isn't about blame. It's about awareness. Long before you had language, long before you understood emotions, your nervous system was learning one thing. Is connection safe? Children don't learn love through words. They learn it through emotional consistency, through presence, through safety, through attunement. But when care is unpredictable, when affection is withdrawn, when conflict, neglect, or emotional absence is present, the nervous system adapts, not to thrive, but to survive. And survival adaptations often follow us into adulthood. You may become hypervigilant to tone changes, fearful of abandonment, uncomfortable with emotional closeness, drawn to emotionally unavailable partners, not by choice, but by familiarity. Because the nervous system does not seek what is healthy. It seeks what is familiar. If you experienced emotional neglect, inconsistency, or instability growing up, relationships can trigger deep survival responses. Not because something is wrong now, but because something felt unsafe then. You may notice needing constant reassurance, shutting down during conflict, feeling overwhelmed by intimacy, assuming rejection before it happens, testing love instead of trusting it. This is not being difficult. This is nervous system protection. Some people fight to be heard. Others disappear to avoid conflict. Both are survival responses. Your reactions are not random. They are protective patterns. Attachment patterns are not personality flaws. They are nervous system strategies. When a child's emotional needs are inconsistently met, the nervous system may become hyperactivated, always scanning for threat. This can lead to anxious attachment patterns in adulthood. If emotional needs were dismissed or ignored, the nervous system may adapt by deactivating emotional expression. This can lead to avoidant patterns, distancing from vulnerability to stay safe. This is not weakness. It is adaptation. And here is something important. Mild dissociation can occur when emotional overwhelm feels unsafe. This doesn't mean losing reality. It may look like feeling emotionally numb, checking out during conflict, feeling distant from your own emotions. This is the nervous system reducing overload, not failure, protection. But here is the turning point. The patterns you developed to survive childhood may now be limiting your ability to experience safe connection. And what once protected you may now be keeping love at a distance. Awareness is where healing begins. Emotional disconnection is often misunderstood. It is not always depression. Depression often includes persistent sadness, loss of interest, and low energy. Emotional disconnection, however, can feel like numbness instead of sadness, detachment instead of despair, functioning outwardly while feeling empty inside. This disconnection can be a nervous system freeze response, a way to prevent overwhelm. Understanding this distinction reduces self-judgment, because numbness is not absence of feeling. It is protection from too much feeling. Healing relationship patterns does not begin with finding the perfect partner. It begins with understanding your nervous system. When you recognize your triggers, when you notice your shutdown responses, when you observe your fear of closeness, You interrupt automatic survival responses. You create space between trigger and reaction. And in that space, new patterns become possible. Safe connection becomes possible. Self-trust becomes possible. Healing does not mean becoming someone new. It means becoming safe enough to be who you already are. If today's message resonated with you, it's not coincidence. It's recognition. Your relationship patterns are not proof that you are broken. They are evidence that you adapted. And adaptation means something powerful. You can also rewire. In the next episode, we will begin exploring how to regulate emotional triggers in real time, so connection no longer feels threatening. Because healing is not about perfection. It is about safety. And safety makes love possible. This is Vital Mind Institute, and your healing journey continues.